Again, before the break, we said Chelsea have signed another player. Kaveh Sologol has the details. Kaveh.
Yeah, Chelsea have confirmed the signing of Dario Essugo from Sporting in Portugal. Chelsea are paying about £18.5 million with add-ons. And he's a defensive midfielder who spent last season on loan in Spain at Las Palmas. Now, this deal's not going to come as a surprise to any Chelsea supporters, because we and lots of other people reported that a deal had been agreed to sign him back in March. He's now signed an 8-year contract. He's already had his medical, and Chelsea have been very impressed with his rapid development. They see him as a ball winner. Already had his medical, and Chelsea have been very impressed with his rapid development. They see him as a ball winner who'll add depth and quality to their squad. And also, he's a player who I think will play regularly next season. Interesting, I'm assuming he'll probably feature in the Club World Cup as well this summer. He's got a really interesting backstory because he broke Luis Figo's record as being the youngest ever player to play for Sporting. I think he played for Sporting just a week after he turned 16. 4 years ago. So he's somebody who's got a big future in the game. Again, Chelsea signing a young, developing player fits into their wage structure, giving him a long contract, 7 years. And Damesh was just mentioning as well, of course, when Chelsea agreed a deal to sign Essugo, I think just a week earlier, they also agreed a deal to sign a Sporting winger, Giovanni Quenda, £40 million. He is a real prospect. He won't be joining until next summer. OK, someone who's more than a prospect that Liverpool are on the verge of signing, Florian Wirtz. Where are we with this one? Well, look, the player only wants to move to Liverpool. That's what he wants to do. He's made that clear now. Bayern Munich were interested. Manchester City were interested as well. He had the option of staying at Bayer Leverkusen for at least another season. But no, he wants to move to Liverpool. And I think Bayer Leverkusen would much rather sell him to Liverpool than Bayern Munich. The two clubs, Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen, good relationship. Liverpool already signed Jeremy Frimpong from there. Where we're at the moment is just hammering out the deal, coming to a price and a package that suits all parties. Liverpool so far have offered a deal that values the player at around £105 million. I think Bayer Leverkusen are holding out for a figure closer to £120 million, which would be a British record transfer fee. The player himself at the moment, he is in Germany with the German national team because they've got the Nations League semi-final against Portugal in Munich on Wednesday night. But in the background, a lot of his teammates have been asked when they've been performing their press duties about how he is, what they think of him supposedly turning down Bayern Munich. So he's a real hot topic around the German camp at the moment. I want to talk to you about that. Should we be surprised that a young German player has turned down Bayern Munich to come to the Premier League? Well, I think our colleagues at Sky Germany are very surprised. If you speak to any of them or if you listen to their broadcasts or read what they write, they feel that the player would have been better suited to moving to Bayern Munich for 3 or 4, 5 years, continuing his physical development and then moving to the Premier League. Now, obviously, they watch him a lot more than I do, and that is what they're saying. They have no doubts that he's an incredible talent, an absolutely incredible talent, which is why clubs like City, Liverpool, Bayern Munich want to sign him. But they just feel that maybe physically the Premier League will be a daunting challenge for him. But having said that, he's such a good player that most people would say he's going to have a massive impact in the Premier League next season when he completes his move to Liverpool. Let's stay with Liverpool. Luiz Diaz, on his way out? Not necessarily. I think his advisors are going to have contract extension talks with Liverpool. But depending on the amount of business that Liverpool do, and it looks like they're going to do quite a lot of targeted business, then players will be leaving. So potentially, do they call time on his career at Anfield? He's got 2 years left on his contract. So you'd think either he needs to sign a new contract or now could be a good time to sell him. Barcelona have a long-standing interest in him. Clubs in the Saudi Pro League are interested in signing him as well. Even if he does leave Liverpool, he would have had an incredible time at the club since he moved there from Porto for £37 million. He's basically won every trophy there is. I think probably the player would like to stay. I mean, you don't want to be leaving Liverpool at the moment, but it's the football business, so we just have to wait and see what happens.
Is Ben Doak leaving Liverpool at the moment, Darmesh?
Well, this is interesting, actually, because Everton, of all clubs, want to sign the Liverpool winger Ben Doak. He impressed quite a lot last season on loan at Middlesbrough, so much so that last January, Ipswich and Crystal Palace were trying to sign him either on loan or on a permanent basis. But Liverpool decided, because he'd done so well at Middlesbrough, they thought his development was best served by staying at the Riverside until the end of the season, coming back to Liverpool, and then maybe fighting for a first-team spot in the Liverpool squad over pre-season. So it'll be interesting to see how this one develops, because, I mean, they don't often do business, the two Merseyside clubs, but I've just had a look at a list. It's still quite lengthy, the number of players who have played for both. Carve, it's probably a quiz question.
Gary Ablett?
Gary Ablett is one. Abel Xavier, Nick Barmby, Peter Beardsley.
Yeah.
We could go on.
You've been on Wikipedia?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That won't help me with this. Quevin Kelleher, how close to moving?
Right, so if you go back to last summer, first of all, Liverpool were pretty quiet in the transfer market. They only signed one player who was going to join that season, and that was Federico Chiesa. He hardly played last season, but they also made another signing under the radar a little bit, Georgi Mamadishvili, the Georgian goalkeeper from Valencia, but then sent him back to Valencia on loan because they had Alisson and Quevin Kelleher on their books. Now he's going to be with the Liverpool squad from this pre-season. Kelleher probably thinks, after playing quite a number of games last season and contributing to Liverpool's title, Premier League title win last season, he probably thinks, I need to be a number one in my own right now. And it looks like it will be the case, and it will be the case at a Premier League club in Brentford. I think Brentford are going to pay a guaranteed fee of £12.5 million for Kelleher. That could raise to £18 million, depending on performance-related add-ons. We think that he's been having a medical at Brentford today, so it is really, really quite well advanced. People will say, well, Brentford have already got a number one goalkeeper, Mark Flecken. Well, not for much longer, because he's been having a medical with Bayer Leverkusen, Erik ten Hag's Bayer Leverkusen today. He's 31 years old. Leverkusen are going to pay £11 million for him. So Brentford losing Flecken, gaining Kelleher, and then Liverpool will get Mamadishvili to challenge Alisson for that number one spot next season.
Liverpool, possibly